What's up, Zox fam? We're back with some more Etheria Restart. Now, I'm actually really excited for today's video because not only are we taking a look at another two brand new characters, but there's something really important that's tied to one of the characters that's essentially going to be kind of a format that we could be potentially seeing for other characters in the game from here on out. And this is super massive. So we're going to be diving into all of that. Of course, if you guys end up liking the video, make sure you like and subscribe. But let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right, so first things first, the first character we have here we're going to be taking a look at is Chiaki. So she is a very, very interesting character because I always feel like with these games, especially something I noticed with a lot of like CN influence games, they love to have characters that have some sort of instrument or incorporate music to some degree in like their abilities or their power or how they might attack. So basically what we have for her, she's the Daydream Melody. So she's from the Sound of the Phantom Piano. And the thing that she goes to say here for her character quote is, hello, my name is Qiaming. I am a student of District 13 High School. If you're in a bad mood, I can play the violin for you. So really, honestly, they did a really solid job with like each character. The cool thing is that she kind of has this whole violin approach to her, but you can almost see like there's kind of like childlike like persona to her in a sense, because there's a couple of details that I've kind of like noticed, and I'm almost wondering if it's a familiar or not. Now, she does have attached to like her back a like bear of some sort or like a teddy bear. I don't know exactly what it is because we haven't been able to see it and we can't see it, but again, she's carrying that around, which kind of indicates that she's, you know, a lot younger or might be a lot more gentle. The other thing that's really cool is that she has these paper children like floating around. Now, there's a character in Dislike named Feng Nushi, and she actually is a teacher in Dislike, obviously, if you've been playing that. And she has these same paper-like children that will follow her around. They just have a little bit more life. So I'm almost wondering if her familiar is, you know, somewhat similar to this, right? So she obviously definitely looks more of like she's going to be possibly some sort of support. She is an SR character. So this definitely is a pretty decent character design. Not one that I'm super gung-ho for personally, but I'm not gonna lie, it looks fairly good. Like, it's a really cool looking character. So the cool thing is that with her report 1, it says Chiaki is a gentle and quiet girl who attends the high school in District 13. And then under says report 2, I used to be timid and weak, but in order to encourage myself, I taught myself to play the violin and embarked on the road of music. And then it says in report 3, one day Qiaming will definitely shine among the crowd. So, of course, this is something that I would say is going to be really important to whoever this, like, because I'm kind of interested in how 13 High School is a faction in the game. It's high schoolers, but I guess it's not like unrealistic because I mean, like, think about like Pokemon. Ash was like 12. So I'm just wondering their relevance because I don't know if there was really anyone that was like from high school 13 that was super relevant in the beginning. So there is a possibility that the story and a lot of elements of it have shifted or changed. So we might be seeing more of these factions kind of interact or clash with each other, right? So that's just something that, again, it's just a really, really cool like thing to just kind of know like is a potential thing, right? Now, getting into the second character, and this is actually the character that I think that we really want to pay very, very close attention to. Not because this character is the most amazing character ever, but because this is actually Kachi, who is one of the first characters you get in the game. Now, you might not realize this, but I definitely do. This is not the version of Kachi that you get in the very beginning. This is Fearless Guardian guarding Kachi. Now, the thing about this is that the first Kachi you get is an R rarity version of himself, right? This version of Kachi is SR. And so the thing too that was also confirmed, there's a couple of the devs are actually responding to different comments, and someone asked, like, is this just a vamped version of the character, or is this like an entirely different character? And they themselves have confirmed that this is an entirely different character with an entirely different skill set. So again, that means different animations. Obviously, this is something that I feel like is really important because this is showcasing to us, right? So let's actually take a look at the full art. This is showcasing to us that this means that some of your favorite potential SR characters could very well also become SSR characters, right? And same thing with some of your favorite R characters or rare characters could also become SR characters, which again, when we're talking about longevity and viability, usually the higher the rank is, typically that's more longevity you can get from the character going from, you know, say early game into mid game into end game. So this is the type of stuff that I really like to see because this means that you potentially have the possibility, and considering the type of feedback they seem to be wanting to take in with allowing the players to be able to kind of, kind of decide on some of the ways or some of the types of units that they might see. This is a really good and telling thing because this means that you'll have characters like, for example, like one of my favorite characters in this light is Drew. But again, Drew, if it wasn't for the fact that he had the high viability that he does, even now, I would say as an endgame player, I don't really use him as much because, again, there's just other options that are just so much better. But he's one of my favorite characters in the entire game. So it would be actually cool to see him come back into the game as a 4-star or as even a 5-star. And that would allow me to still be able to have some sort of usage of a character that I'm just extremely fond of. So this is one of those things that, granted, I don't know who actually likes this character specifically yet, but it's just a good indicator that we're going to be able to see these types of things in the near future as far as the game's development and even as characters throughout the story, which I think is also going to make me want to pay attention to the story more. As characters power up and potentially get new forms, they might also enter the game in those individual or brand new forms, which would be really, really sick. So again, this is just kind of like two potential different pathways that they could go down, if not going down both. And this is just something that I feel like a lot of people are going to honestly like. I think the biggest thing though, and it's one of the things that we just kind of want to always be out there, and I feel like I might as well just put it out there, is that if they're going to be doing characters that are like, say it's the same character, the character has to have different skills, different animations. It can't be copy pasta in any way. Maybe there might be like some like tie-in to like an original skill from like maybe the original copy, but what more can be added to it? And I think that that's always the biggest thing. So it's really, really cool to see. Again, when we're looking at this form, I'm assuming he's probably pursuing to go more into even more of a tanker role. It says Fearless Guard. So also this could be damage dealer version of him. So who knows? Like, I don't really know. But again, with Guarding Kachi, it basically says for his character quote, a hero is the embodiment of bravery and fearlessness. And I, Ursa Minor, am the hero of the future. So I'm really interested to see if this character is going to end up becoming an SSR, and maybe he might age some. So that might be another thing that they might be kind of playing into, and we might see that like kind of unfold, which would be really sick. Now, for report 1, it says a lively young man who is obsessed with heroic deeds and has formed a team of young deviant boys. So it sounds like he's kind of formed his own faction. Now, it says under report 2, his real name is Kachi. But after embarking on the journey of hero training, he insisted on adding the word guard in front of his name. Oh, okay. And then it says under report 3, always uphold justice and bravery, determined to wipe out all of Isser's sins and become a superhero everyone expects. This is sounding like a My Hero type character. This is sounding like a My Hero type character. I'm actually kind of interested to see this character's development because he might end up being like super powerful or really an interesting character in the meta. So I'm actually kind of interested to see like what he's going to do. But like I said, the biggest thing is the fact that this is a character that is going from one rarity to another, and they both exist in the game. So hopefully we might see some other characters that you might end up like really becoming fond of, getting that boost or power up via the story, which then leads to, you know, maybe even then potentially seeing them as an SSR or even jumping them up to an SR. So that's going to be that for this one, guys. Again, I just want to keep you guys up to date on some of the things that are being teased and shown. This, like I said, is pretty exciting for me personally, but let me know how you guys feel in the comment section down below. That's going to be that with this one. Everyone, definitely stay blessed. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.